SEMrush recently shared this study and it blew my mind. So, the interesting thing is about LinkedIn content and how it impacts your visibility in AI search. They analyzed 89,000 LinkedIn URLs that are cited in AI search, and here is what they found. 5 main takeaways. LinkedIn is one of the most cited domains across AI models. It ranks number 2 in citations, and as we're going to see in a bit, right after Reddit. It ranks second right after Reddit. And it appears in 11% of AI responses on average across ChatGPT search, Perplexity, and even Google AI mode. And then your LinkedIn content can directly shape how AI explains your brand. So when they compared the content from LinkedIn that's being cited and the AI responses, they found that there is a very strong similarity score. So AI responses often mirror the meaning of the original content. The semantic similarity is high, which means that what you write on LinkedIn has very high chance of impacting how your brand is going to be displayed in AI search. And then educational original content is cited most often. Long form articles and mid length posts account for the largest share of AI citations. And 54 to 64% of cited posts focus on sharing knowledge or practical advice, while reshares are rarely referenced. So reshares don't matter for AI citations. And it's going to be also surprising when you find out that educational content is the largest share of AI citations. The second one is promotional content. And then next is AI citations reward relevance and consistency more than virality. What does the engagement on those posts that are cited on LinkedIn look like? So they looked at that, and most cited posts have moderate engagement, 15 to 25 reactions, while about 75% of cited authors post frequently, 5 plus posts in 4 weeks. So 5 plus posts in 4 weeks is not frequently, but they want to say at least once a week, and nearly half have over 2,000 followers. So the prominence of your LinkedIn account doesn't matter as much. It's not going to impact whether you can get cited in AI or not. And then last, you need both company page content and individual thought leadership, because they found that Perplexity prioritizes or prefers company pages more often, 59% of the time, while ChatGPT and AI mode often cite individual creators 59% of the time as well. So, to sum it all up, AI search engines tend to cite original LinkedIn posts and articles that clearly explain a topic, provide value, and come from active, credible authors. And as we're going to see in a bit, also promotional posts matter. And then here they go into the anatomy of a LinkedIn content cited in AI search. And as you can see, it mentions some of the points we discussed. Now let's even zoom in on those findings. So top domains cited by LLMs, ChatGPT, Search, Perplexity, Google AI Mode. And by the way, the entire study is focused on these 3 platforms. So anytime we say LLMs or AI search for this study, this is what we mean. So they found that in January 2026, fresh data, Reddit 11.29%, and then next is LinkedIn, and then Wikipedia, YouTube. So Reddit is really still dominant, but LinkedIn is right after it, right? And interesting enough, Medium is being cited a lot as well. And then as you can see here, and as you scroll other platforms, it's definitely worth looking at. YouTube also, that's why I'm also trying to focus my efforts this year on YouTube, because it is getting cited in different AI search platforms, right? So that's that. And then LinkedIn citation rate by AI model. For Perplexity, it cites LinkedIn 5.3% of the time, ChatGPT 13.5%, and Google AI Mode 14.3%. So it's important. And you know what? We've also been complaining a lot about how much Reddit is being cited. Now we have some control over this. Now we have something as important as Reddit, or something that is getting cited and getting as much real estate or potential of getting cited in AI search platforms as Reddit. The second thing we said, or the second finding, was AI responses have significant semantic overlap. Basically, what you write on LinkedIn is very similar to what AI is going to say about you, those AI platforms, right? That is good because we always are worried how AI is going to misinterpret or change what we're writing. So this is definitely a relief. And then original posts and articles dominate AI citations. The analysis shows that LinkedIn articles dominate AI citations across all three models. They account for 50 to 66% of cited LinkedIn content, while feed posts make up 15 to 28%, depending on the platform. So if we look here, we will see long form articles are the ones that are more likely to get cited, and these are the ones between 500 to 2,000 words, which it's not too short, it's not too long, it's just this middle ground. It makes sense because the longer, like huge long content, may be too much for an AI to analyze, and too short may miss the point and may not provide enough value. And then posts, and then advice page. I'm not sure what is an advice page is. Company page, and then others. I'm assuming an advice page is probably a page that is not a company page, but is like focused around a specific cause or a theme, right? Like a page about Python, for example. And then the content length distribution. So when they analyze the length of the articles, this is the sweet spot. This is where you're going to get most likely cited between 500 and 2,000 words. Now they're comparing original content versus reshared LinkedIn posts. What is going to get cited more? And across the board, original content, right? So don't worry about the reshares. And then the most cited posts share knowledge. So here's the intent of cited LinkedIn posts. Share knowledge advice, 54%. Okay, so this is by platform. So in Perplexity, it gets cited 54%. Promote product and service, just a note, it has two colors. This is divided across two colors. I'm not sure why, but this means that promote product or service is actually 35% of the time. This type of content is cited 35% of the time in Perplexity, and then 28% plus in ChatGPT. So promoting your product and service on LinkedIn actually is a good thing to do. So you should basically be sharing knowledge and promoting your products, which I think what a lot of people are doing. So if you're doing that, continue doing that. And then they also noticed that Perplexity favors company accounts, while ChatGPT and AI mode favor people. So if your goal is to get cited in Perplexity for some reason, you would want to focus on the content of your company page. Make sure it's more active and informative and sharing educational content as well as product promotion. But if your goal or focus is to get cited in ChatGPT and AI mode, influencer marketing and CEO content, but please let's have a pause on CEO content because we've seen our fair share from bad CEO content and the crying CEO, and that's a topic for another day. But what I want to say is if your priority is ChatGPT and Google AI mode, you want to double down on people posting about your product or service. And some companies actually encourage the team to, or their employees to share knowledge, share about the product. So that's also a good approach, right? And this is good because if you're building a strategy and you're trying to narrow down where you should focus your efforts, this is a good place to start. And frequency and credibility outperform fame in AI search. I really like this because it levels the playground a bit and gives everyone a chance. Users who created over 5 posts in the previous 4 weeks, I wouldn't call that person active on LinkedIn, but this person actually has a very good chance. Around 3/4 of cited LinkedIn post authors are that like users who created over 5 posts. So if you're creating 1 or 2 posts per week, you have a good chance of getting cited. That frequency, which I wouldn't call really frequency, but let's say that frequency and your credibility based on obviously your account and the knowledge you're sharing would matter more than fame and popularity. Finally, something good coming out of AI. Frequency, frequent, infrequent, and then other like first time users. And you're going to see that here in AI mode, Most of them are frequent and then infrequent and then first-time posters, so it's rare. And then again, frequent, infrequent, and then like first-time posters, and the same pattern again, right? In Perplexity. Posting good content, you don't have to post every day. If you're posting once a week, you'll get there. But obviously, the more you post, the more you're increasing your chances in getting cited. But as I said, this is one of the best things that came out of this. It levels the playing field. Everyone has a chance, and so do you. And then posting frequency for the article. So this was about the posts and this about the article. And it's pretty much similar pattern with the exception of Perplexity, which gives a lot of more attention to first-time users in that category. And that's really interesting as well. So creator type is the company, creator with less than 500 followers, and then 500 followers plus. For Perplexity, company pages are the most important thing. For ChatGPT, they still cite company pages a lot, but then they also cite creators. And as you can see, the number of followers you have is not making a huge difference for you to get cited on ChatGPT. You have an equal chance as someone with 20, 30K, 50K followers. Great news. Engagement helps, but you don't need to go viral. Median comments, as you can see, not much, but median reactions. So if you get some reactions on your posts, that is sufficient. Yeah, and that's about it. And I think this is a good day and good news for LinkedIn creators and people who are investing a lot of time and effort on LinkedIn and wondering, is it ever going to pay off? It is going to pay off at some point. I hope you found this useful and see you next video. Bye.